I will be doing a special Trend Out Loud podcast on Nike and Jordan. But until that podcast comes out, I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about this huge weekend that's approaching us in the sneaker industry. 2020, Nike and Jordan brought their Black and Latinx retailers together um, after the George Floyd murder and let us know that Nike wanted to do their part to amplify Black and Brown voices in communities um, and their Black and Brown partners. This weekend is the release of the Amarnier Retro 4s. Shout out to the whole Amarnier crew. Now, what Jordan and Nike brand have done with the Amarnier brand has been amazing. It's a Black owned company, designer, and they do amazing things for the community. So, shout out to that whole team, that whole crew. But there's also other Black and Brown owned Nike and Jordan accounts that deserve to get collabs to amplify their brands. So while they're doing great jobs with one Black retailer, where are the other collabs and where the other amplification of the other 30 or 40 Black and Brown account holders? Another example this weekend is the Lost and Found Jordan 1s. Great shoe. I would challenge Nike to release the number of shoes they're releasing, which okay, they're not going to do that. But let's find out like the percentages. How many pairs, in a percentage wise, is releasing on Nike sneaker app versus how many pairs are releasing in their top tier neighborhood accounts, which Nike has deemed and has told us for years that neighborhood accounts are the most important Nike accounts in the Nike org chart, because we are the accounts that heat the streets, set the styles, we're where fashion and culture live, eat, sleep, and breathe. And that's especially another reason why we have to stay traditional, brick and mortar, and we have to stay, in the streets, and we have to stay connected to the customer. How many pairs are those neighborhood accounts getting so that they could make it to the next couple of months, or so they could make it through the downturn that everyone is predicting that's going to come? How many pairs are these stores getting to sell to their customers that at the end of the month are helping their balance sheets? It's helping their Instagram accounts, it's helping their raffles, it's helping build a lot of awareness to their brands. But how much money, how much wealth, how much finance is that injecting into these Black and Brown stores, or these neighborhood stores, which are the most important stores? So, Nike is smart of getting the right pairs and the right styles into the right accounts to set the trend, the fashion, and move the needle. But are those neighborhood accounts bank accounts reflecting that push? Right? Like, they have tens of thousands of followers and impressions, and they got social running, but how many of them have investors lined up at their doors? How many of them are $100 million accounts? How much of them are $500 million accounts? How much of them are, IPOing? How much of them are, taking their brand globally? That's my problem, and this is a great weekend to talk about that, because you have two of arguably the biggest shoes of the weekend. And again, I ask, of the Jordan 4 Marnier, what stores are getting those pairs, that release? Are Black and Brown stores getting those releases? It's from a Black and Brown black brand. Is that money getting funneled back into the Black community outside of what Amarnier is doing? Because I know for sure they will definitely funnel some of that money to do amazing things for the Black community. But my point to all of this is what's going on for the other black and brown accounts at Nike that Nike pledged in 2020 to help elevate, grow, and amplify. What about them? Them not getting the Amar Marnier fours. I'm not saying is a disservice, but giving it to them would be of service. Getting it to them would help amplify their brand because it is top 3 shoe of the year. And it's not enough them just getting the lost and founds. How many pairs are they getting? Are they getting 24, 48, 36, or are they getting 500? Are they getting 1,000? Because I can guarantee you, how many ever pairs you give them, they'll be able to sell. Are they getting 2,000? Are they getting 3,000? I mean, I know these answers. I'm not going to tell you guys these answers, but I know it's a fraction, a minor amount of what these stores can sell, and releases like this could really help the black and brown community, could help the black and brown accounts. Just it's not enough anymore giving us minimal amounts of pairs that it's so minor that it's not even affecting our balance sheets at the end of the month. um and if you're going to have a summit and you're going to pledge these things, these are weekends where these black and brown accounts should be cashing in, should be doing more than elevating their Instagram accounts and their social accounts. We need financial, we need access to finance, we need access to wealth. And this is a weekend where you can amplify those black and brown accounts. And this is a weekend where you can help those black and brown accounts financially, not just amplifying their brand by giving them access to having these pairs. I'm not taking anything away. It's great to have the pairs, and it helps, bring awareness to their brand. But we need more than just awareness. We need access to financial wealth. We need to see the money. These rents are expensive. Payroll is expensive. Hydro, the telephone bill, the internet, it's expensive. Inflation is real. Neighborhood accounts need help more than just Instagram impressions and being the store that looks cool. You know what's cool? Quantity is cool. Dollar stores are cool. Starbucks sells millions of cups of coffee a day. Apple, all these big brands. Jeff Bezos sells millions of products daily. Neighborhood accounts, these cool accounts. Oh, everything is limited. Everything is cool. Everything is this. Everything is that. That's not going to bring us to that billionaire status, man. That's not going to bring us IPOs. That's not going to bring us investments. It's not. So Nike and Jordan management, if you would like to help actually empower the black and brown neighborhood accounts, empower us with finance, empower us with more pairs, empower us with access to wealth, empower us with access to the bag. And we don't just need one of us to get that access, or two of us. We need all of us. Until all of us are free, none of us are free. We need more collabs. We need a broader amplification of black and brown accounts because that is what you pledged to do in 2020 after the George Floyd murder. I was at that summit. I was present at it. I was actually present to two of them. Talking about something, bringing people together, and um, and giving us hope. It's not enough anymore. It's not enough. That's way past the start. It's a start, but we're way past the start. We need to build generational wealth. That's why we opened up these stores. That's why we opened up these accounts. So that we too can build Fortune 500 companies. So we too can build the next major brands. And if you're going to pledge to help us, really help us. And if you don't want to help us, that's cool too. But don't say you're going to help us, but then don't help us. And that's I want to make that clear. It's cool if you don't want to help us. Donald Trump made it very easy for people to, say their real intentions and keep on going about their business. But if you're going to say that you're an ally and you're going to have summits for black and brown accounts and you're going to say that you want to amplify and that you want to help build and you want to empower our communities, we're businessmen and businesswomen. To amplify us is to help amplify our bank accounts. We've been denied access to finance and wealth for way too long. It's a big weekend in sneakers. There's two major releases coming. And I could pretty much guarantee you that most neighborhood accounts will only be getting the lost and found. And even if there's a general release later on, there's not going to be a very widespread for the Marnier 4s. There never is. And even beyond that, where are the collabs for the other neighborhood accounts that deserve it, that have been in business with you for 10, 15, 20 years? Where are their collabs? Where's their amplification? Where's their spot on Sneaker News and Soul Collector? How come they don't get a chance to shine? They're doing just as good of a job. And even if they're not doing just as good as a job, help them. What are they not doing that Amar Manier is doing? That's the whole point. I'm done.